Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, got my dad here.
So guys,
This is a follow-up video in the whole Julio Chavez Jr. Nevada State Athletic Commission Vada saga. See that rhyme? I like that. Was good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Pretty much the follow-up video to that. Now, there's a lot going on. It's a lot to unpack, so please bear with me and be patient. Okay? Now, many of us know, but if you don't know, let me be the first to inform you. Many of us know that the Nevada State Athletic Commission suspended Julio Chavez Jr. for the third time in his career.
Hello.
By the way, for the third time in his career. But this time, it was because he refused to take random drug testing on October 24th. And when that happened, because the fight was initially supposed to happen in Las Vegas between him and Daniel Jacobs on December the 20th, they took the fight, Matchroom Boxing took the fight, and they said, you know what, we're just going to go next door to Arizona. So they took the fight to Arizona, and he's suspended in Nevada by their commission. So by law, according to the Muhammad Ali Act, he can't really fight anywhere else if he's suspended in another state. So now there's been a whole thing going on with the Nevada Commission. They've suspended him, and now the Arizona State Athletic Commission is now reviewing the Nevada Commission's ruling on Chavez Jr. So there's a lot of commissions here.
A lot of domino effect.
A lot of domino effects. So what does this really mean for boxing and, I guess, more importantly, Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing? Because that's really the thing I want to talk about, is what it means for Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing. Now, look, I'm going to give Eddie Hearn an extreme amount of credit here because I think very highly of him as a person and as a promoter. And I think he's probably 2 or 3 steps ahead of all of us. And I believe that this problem will be resolved. I believe that Chavez Jr. will not fight. I think they will eventually replace him with Gabriel Rosado.
Right.
But in the event that that's not going to happen, and he wants to be stubborn, and he wants to have Chavez Jr. box Daniel Jacobs in Arizona while he's suspended in another state, listen, Eddie. Just listen. I'm just giving Daniel some boxing credentials as well. Eddie, do not mess up your entire Matchroom Boxing venture in America for Chavez Jr. I'm parroting what I said last video. Don't mess it up for Chavez Jr. This fight is not worth messing it up for. I understand that if he does beat Daniel Jacobs in sensational fashion or in at least better fashion than Canelo did, then all of a sudden a Canelo Chavez Jr. fight for Cinco de Mayo 2020 makes a lot of sense, and that means you're gonna make a boatload of money. And listen, Eddie, we know you love money. I mean, he likes money, and I kind of like money, but you really like
the money.
Eddie really likes money. I mean, Jesus, I wouldn't be surprised if he sprays cologne on it. It smells like money.
Yeah.
He loves his money, so I get it.
Yeah.
But they're saying, Eddie, I don't know if you heard it, but the saying is, not all money is good money, and this is the case here. Not all money is good money here, Eddie. And I really think you need to do right by Matchroom Boxing and Matchroom Boxing USA by getting Chavez Jr. off the card, making him take drug testing, and just doing what's right for boxing. So they're gonna review it. The Arizona Commission. Margaret Goodman, who was the president of Vada, she sent a long, lengthy letter to the Arizona Commission, which I'm not gonna read. You guys can read it in the article down below.
Right.
But she was going in about her resume and why she started Vada and how Chavez Jr. is basically a cheater and how he's been suspended already twice by the commission for the technical term is adverse findings in his system of performance-enhancing drugs. So, and she also kind of got mad because I guess the president of the Arizona Commission said that Vada, the company that's her company, they said that Vada is partial to certain fighters because, and you know what? I don't think that's a crazy thing to think because Vada is part of the WBC clean boxing program that was started in 2016.
Okay.
And WBC does move the goalposts with everything, depending on who you are as a fighter.
World boxing corruption.
We need crooks, like James Toney said.
Yeah.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility that they are partial to fighters. I mean, Canelo Alvarez, he tested positive for clenbuterol through Vada, but then the WBC didn't remove him from the rankings, and all he got was a minor slap on the wrist.
And continue on.
And meanwhile, while he was suspended, and we're not going to talk too much about Canelo, but while he was suspended, there was no drug testing for that whole 4 or 5 month period. So just saying. You know.
Like BT was bringing out that based on Chavez Jr.'s history of testing and failing on that, Hearns brought out another article that the Vada Commission completely refused to even test him based on his past record of Chavez record on the past. So what Eddie Hearns tried to do, he tried to get the drug testing that does the NBA and I think it was NBA and MLB or the hockey players. So he tried to find another loophole to get everything right for Chavez Jr. to fight in Arizona with not having Vada. Said Vada refused to test him initially based on his record.
No. He refused the Vada test, not Vada.
Oh yeah,
Chavez Jr. refused the Vada test.
Wow. Okay.
So they wanted to test him.
Right.
Chavez Jr. said no, and then apparently the guy who runs the Arizona Commission, he said something about Vada being partial to certain fighters.
Right.
And that's why Margaret Rubin said in the email, in the letter she wrote, your email suggests that Vada is not impartial. It is unfortunate and false. And then she went on talking about how Vada is a non-profit organization.
Yeah.
Now, Dad, if we know anything, like, I'm not going to get into politics, but if we know anything about politics, how many times have we seen in politics where these presidents or presidential candidates, like, let's say, like Hillary Clinton, for example, how many times have we seen them have a non-profit organization, but yet they're embezzling money and siphoning it into the non-profit organization behind the scenes?
Yeah.
So just because Vada is a non-profit organization doesn't mean. And look, I'm not accusing Margaret Goodman of anything because I don't know Margaret Goodman. I never had the privilege of talking to her.
Yeah.
But we are not going to put that past any non-profit organization because this is boxing. It's the wild, wild west. It's not a regulated business. So, you gotta look at these things.
And I also wanted to say with Chavez, to me, he's been a disgrace to his father. Should be doing positive things and reflecting his father the way father was a professional, and he's not doing that. And so I can't respect Chavez. And I also stated that I think Eddie Hearns is biting more than he can chew, and he's going to lose a lot more if he goes against the wisdom. I forgot what I want to say, but he's going to lose more.
Conventional wisdom.
Yeah, conventional wisdom. He's going to lose more, and then he really thinks he's going to be screwed. So, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
No. Just get Chavez out the way. Swallow your pride and move on. That's what.
It is worth noting that Chavez Jr. he's actually scheduled to. The commission is due to review the Chavez Jr. suspension during its next commission agenda, and that's scheduled for December the 18th, which is 2 days before his fight. So I'm not sure how that works. Like, Jesus, I'm not sure. Like, if they have that meeting and they decide everything's good, so is it everything's just good? You can just go fight.
It's crazy.
That's weird. December the 8th. That's too close of a date. So I mean, I don't know. Be very wary of that. It's very close to the day of the fight. Don't be surprised if Eddie Hearns slides some money or somebody slides some money to somebody and the fight still goes on.
Yeah, I mean, we know this. Boxing got his own way of whatever, trying to fix things, even though we know there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that we can't see, but we can analyze and see what the results are. So I want to what my son say again with Eddie Hearns and do the right thing. Do the right thing.
So there you have it. So hopefully it's not Chavez Jr. versus Jacobs, but rather Rosado versus Jacobs because he's the rumor replacement.
Right. I mean, and you really never heard anything with Rosado as far as background check, the Vada testing. No. So he's done what he's supposed to do as a boxer.
Yeah, you have.
So he has no dark horse behind him, or dark transparency that brings out the bad in the person.
Yep. So we'll see. We'll definitely be keeping an eye on what happens with this Arizona Commission ruling as they review what happened with the Nevada Commission ruling. But you guys let us know what you think about the latest developments in the Chavez Jr. Vada saga. Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, like I say in every single one of these videos. You can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.